Hello and welcome to another edition of Kevin's Rambles, starring that intrepid explorer Kevin Hall. Let's see what Kevin's up to today.
Good morning, Kevin here. Where am I today? Well, just behind me you might be able to see a ruin, and just to the side of the ruin is a house. Somebody might recognise this. This is Newstead Abbey in Nottinghamshire, the one-time home of Lord Byron. I've just arrived, standing right by a huge lake, and there's already quite a few people about, and it only opened at 10 o'clock. So I'm going to have a little bit of a wander around, just see what I can see, because I'm going to a family wedding later on. And here's the lake I mentioned. There is lots of wildfowl, and mainly geese, but there's also this solo swan here at the moment. The rest of the geese are all over there. I think some children have been feeding them. But there is something I particularly wanted to show you before the hordes of people get anywhere near it. At one time you used to be able to stand behind the waterfall, and I did that many years ago, and I think you still can. But let me just show you the waterfall from this side. So the water's coming down from the big lake down into here, and then it drops down under there, just across the road, and it comes down to here, where it then meanders its way along. So let's have a look from behind the waterfall. In Byron's words, it says there. I'll get a photograph of that in a minute. Right, here we go. So there it is from the side. So let's have a look from here. I've now come away from the waterfall. There's a shoal of fish just over there. I don't know whether the camera picked that up or not. They've just gone through that way, and we got two ducks here having a lovely swim. Then we've got this other waterfall just here. As the river actually splits into two directions, as you can see. Well, I'm sat in a courtyard now, where the cafes, munching away on a snack bar. Let me just pan round and just show you. Well, by the looks of it, they've got something going on here today. Got all these different things going on. A couple of gentlemen down there practicing their sword fighting. see what these two individuals are up to. They're rehearsing. They're not hurting themselves. They are jousters. Look at that armour. Uh-oh. That's just where I'd like to put Steve. This isn't easy. I've got this in one hand, my camera in this hand, my right hand, and it's not working. So I've got to get rid of this. So this is the back side of Newstead Abbey. I don't know whether this is, I'm guessing this is the south side. What a lovely roses there. And I believe I stood up here. This is the monk's stew pond. I've got to be very aware of the time today as well. So I probably can't spend as long as I wanted to around here. To the Eagle's Pond and Boatswain's Tomb. So we go through the tunnel. Got the maintenance people out here. Cutting the grass. He's got a fair old task on his hand. So I'm up on this raised, this higher level now, on this very wide gravel path, and just to my right hand side we've got a very low level maze going on here. Just here. People are wandering away through it. There's two other statues just here. Henry Kirk White, and just there D.H. Lawrence. So let's just carry on round here a little bit. I'll just give you a shot of these gardens here. It's all very, very lovely. Look at this. Look at these roses, these standard roses. Isn't that beautiful? Roses growing up all along the walls here. They're very pretty, delicate looking rose here. Lovely. There's another board here with in Byron's words on it. We've got these rather interesting trees that have been cut and shaped, and the name slips me for a minute of what they call it. Hopefully it will come to me in a minute. I just can't think what it is. Is it topiary? Is that the right word? I'm not sure. As I mentioned earlier, this is going to be a quick visit here. I will have to come back and spend more time here. I've got to get back to Hucknall and get myself changed and sorted out and ready to I'm giving some people a lift to the wedding, so I can't be late. So going down this way, this is to the Japanese gardens down this path. Right, let's go down these steps carefully. Of course, there used to be a stream or a river come down through there. There's a bridge there that's all closed off, unfortunately. But I can hear a lot of running water. So let's see what we can find around here. Well, tucked away in this corner, there's actually a waterfall, but it's through there. I can't get to it to see it properly. Well, I've just gone over this little bridge here. And there's the river coming down from the waterfall, and the main waterfall is right up in the corner. But just can't get to it and see it. Such a shame. There we are, that's the waterfall. A long time ago, but I think I can actually get to it here. Or see some of it at least. There it is, behind there. Well, I'm coming to this lovely little area now. Oh, there's a little stone bridge. Let me see if I can walk across this without losing my balance and going in the water. Cynthia and Steve would be horrified, I expect. But no doubt they would follow me across as well. And there we are, that's a picture back towards that building I was looking at just a minute ago. We've got a pond here which is full of lilies and irises. Rather charming. This would be beautiful when all the flowers are out. But that's a whistle-stop tour around the Japanese gardens. Now I've got to find my way out. And I think it's back along the path I've just come along. So let's have a look, see if it's going to take me back out. I do hope so. Well, I'm standing at the side of the other lake I saw earlier on, which I saw from up there. So I'm come out of the Japanese gardens and I'm at the bottom end of this lake. Look at this here, the bees are loving that. I'm going to give you a shot now of this pond. There is one swan having a little bit of a rest, and just up there in the distance where you see the stone railings, that's the path I walked in on just now. Isn't that just the cutest? 6 of them. 6 baby swans, little cygnets. 3 are asleep and the other 3 are preening themselves just like mum. Isn't that wonderful? So I'm heading away from the gardens now, back up to the back side of the south side of Newstead Abbey. Gone up out through the gates and then have a look at the ruins. This wonderful tree here. Look at the way its branches all spreads out. Absolutely wonderful. I think that's not a yew tree, this is an ancient cedar tree. Just look at that, isn't that astonishing? A cedar tree. Please do not climb this ancient cedar tree. I've just been talking to one of the guys that's been doing the grass cutting, and I was asking him about the box hedging and the disease that's in it, and it's called box blight, is what he was telling me. So I'm now outside of the Abbey, and this is the ruin part. I'm not going inside, just haven't got time today, and I'm not going to pay 15 quid for the pleasure of it. So here we are, this is the end of the Abbey. Just imagine the size of that window back in the day. Absolutely massive. So I'm gonna head off now, back to the car park, go and get ready for this wedding. Anyway, with the backdrop of the ruins behind me at Newstead Abbey, this will be Kevin saying bye bye and I shall see you on the next one. Bye bye for now. Bye bye.
Well, we hope you enjoyed that edition of Kevin's Rambles. If you did, please do give a thumbs up and a like, and do leave a comment. And do consider subscribing. That way you can keep up to date with Kevin and his adventures in the future. Thanks for watching.